be better if I put a microphone on. Thank you, Steve. There I was doing like a mime and talking with my hands. That's what us Frenchmen do. Is the sound okay now? Just waiting for somebody to type. Okay, I can hear you. There you go. Okay. So like I said, welcome to RC Talk. I do have a cold tonight, so I might make this quick. I don't know. It all depends how the chat goes and who gets on and who starts chatting. If I do all the chatting, it might end up soon. But anyways, I got a couple things to show you guys. Grants RC, hi everyone. Steve at Clark. There you go. Better. Yep. So everybody's chatting, chit-chatting away in the chat. I got my wireless keyboard here to chat with you guys, if ever need be. But what I want to show you guys is what I've been working on and show you guys a couple times, some videos. Where is my other camera? Oh, I don't even see that camera. Please stand by. We are working through technical details. It's not been plugged in. There we go. Once we've worked out all the bugs, everything should be fine. Grants RC says he won't be on too late because he's got an early morning tomorrow. I'm still debating if I'm going to go to work. I skipped work today because I wasn't feeling good. So still debating if I'm going tomorrow. All depends how I'll wake up. So let's see if the camera's back. Okay. Oh. Man, it's not my night tonight. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. So there's my little guy. It turned out okay. If I would have maybe taken a little bit more of my time or not used better masking tape, but I noticed after you spray the first spray on and you wait for it to dry, when the paint dry, it actually pulls up the masking tape. So I guess you do have to push it down after you spray paint before your second coat, just to make sure it's okay. So what I've done is I've done a couple lines like that. So basically, for some people that are new to the channel, I saw this truck and I love the paint job on it and I wanted to be the same. So I tried to do the same thing. Let me try to find a truck that's pointing the same way as mine. There we go. So I saw this truck and I said, hey, I love this paint job. I want to do that on my truck. Yes, it's not a Hilux, but it's, to me, it had the right shape. And I said, it should be cool. And I like doing things different than everybody else. So I did that guy. Yes, the Tonka could have been a little bit bigger, but it still looked good. I did not do the wheels. I tried this on my trail today at the back, and man, I was getting stuck everywhere because it is 4x4, but it's not locked. So as soon as I was getting hung up or whatever, I got this wheel that was spinning and I got the rear wheel that was spinning. I only had two wheels spinning all the time. So I got to clean my trail with the rakes and get back out there. But what I did do the lights. I didn't take the tapes off yet, but I did do these lights also, which is kind of cool. But I actually painted them orange. So I did that also over here. These lights are actually painted orange. With this kit, there is no light bucket. So here you see that it's actually kind of a yellowish orange on top. There is no light buckets for this, so I'm going to have to make some in styrene or make some with something. I don't know. Driver's side turned out okay. It's just over here a little bit. The black paint did go up a little bit, but other than that, this side looks the nicest. There was a dirt or whatever that ended up here. I don't know what happened there. But the passenger side, that's the one that looks the roughest. Still okay. It's going to be okay on video, and it's still okay to drive around and to be different than anybody else. And my tank at the back, I think, turned out pretty good. So, and I did leave these so I can paint them. I do have some clear red, so I'm going to put clear red. I've been looking at pictures of these trucks and finding out where the lights are. What I notice is that the outside here is actually clear and the center is red. But what I don't understand, all the truck, even the real truck, this light is red and this light is white. Why the heck does Mercedes does that? I don't understand. That's what I saw in this truck on one-to-one trucks. So that was weird. So what I've done also is that there is no body post. I've installed some magnets on here. So it's the 1/2-inch hole magnets that I use. So these are very strong. And it's not 100% finished yet. Also, when I put the body on, I kind of did a boo-boo. I was kind of in a rush, and I basically put it on the post, and then I measured the post, and I said, okay, I need 5 holes cut for it to come pretty close to here. So I just got 5 here, 5 there. Well, it happens at the back, and I did measure it. It was supposed to be 5 holes. Ended up not being. So I cut too many of them off, a good 1/2 inch. But what I did is I built it up with the magnets, built it back up. So you can't tell. So it looks good. Second. Had to cough a little bit. So this is on their new chassis, man, and I can't remember what this chassis is called. Where's my box? It is called a MF-01 X chassis. So that's a Tamiya MF-01 chassis. So here you can see the magnets, and you can see that I build them up because I just cut the post too short. And at the front, they're a little bit too short. I put double the magnets. Well, they're just added one more magnet just to bring it up. But I got to glue a magnet onto here. So what you do is we'll do it on this post because you see that the pin is there. You can take your magnet and fill it up with glue, shoe glue, and then you just lay it onto here, and it just sticks on there because the magnet is actually holding on the pin, on the body pin, just like it is now. So right now, when I put the body on, that's how I videotaped this afternoon. I didn't glue it, so it was very strong. But the best thing to do is you put a lot of shoe glue under it, well, in the hole under it, and then when you put it on, it will actually glue on there. And it's pretty strong when you put the body on. And with these magnets, because there's a circle into it, it actually auto centers all the time. So no matter what, when you do, and you put the magnet on, it just goes right there and centers itself. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. So that's the MF-01 chassis. They do have a kit for this, for the suspension, to make it a long throw suspension. So, but it doesn't widen it, which is kind of cool. It's just they made the carrier a little smaller, and it gives you better suspension. But I didn't want to have to pay the extra $90 for that. So me, it's just to have fun. I did put the oil fill shocks on it instead of the regular spring shocks. That's the upgrade I did on it. Well, actually 2 upgrades. I put the bearing kit in here, and I also put the shocks. This kit does come with the motor, and it's a Tamiya torque motor, the one that usually comes with a kit. And then you just put your own ESC and not ESC, but receiver and servo. So it basically comes with the ESC and motor. You got to supply the rest of the electronics. That's a big close-up. That's a big close-up of you, Kagan. I can't hear you. No audio on your side either. Your audio is not working. Now it's your turn. A long time ago, sometime I take my, some people call it dolls, but they're not dolls, they're action figures. And I put one on Instagram, and it was with the broom, and they were cleaning. One of my video I did is I showed people how to do this this broom, and it's basically using a cue stick that you do shish kebab with, and I use a toothbrush. And man, is it ever hard nowadays to find just a straight toothbrush with nothing else, like no curves, or just like the straight toothbrush. So I had a hard time finding one, but I did find one. But this toothbrush was actually triple the brushes, and I left it that way, but it just by time it just broke. It just split in half. And now my broom is like that, which is actually better. It looks better now. But sometimes I put it on my figures and I make funny things with them and make them clean up or whatever. Then people on Instagram say, "Are you playing with your dolls again?" So this MF-01 chassis is pretty good. This is kind of cool. The way they've done the dry shaft is actually on top instead of being on the bottom. So this is the dry shaft that actually turns your front and your rear, and it's not bad. To do what I do in the trails and in the woods, I will have to get better tires. These tires are not good. It was a little cold this morning, but like when I picked it up and I just went like that, they were not rock hard, but they were hard, and it took them barely anything to spin. So there is threads, but it's more of a street tire. Yeah, the magnets, you can get them on eBay. They were about $3 each, I think, where I got them. But these are very strong earth magnets. So they are about $3 each. But they are they're kind of expensive, but you only need 8 of them. So it's not that bad. And it's a quick, easy way to fix your body. And man, these are strong. You try to pull them straight, it's hard. You have to slide it to get it out. Kagan, is your mic working now?
Hopefully. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, it is working now.
Good deal.
So you had to log out and come back in?
Yep.
Cool. Let's see now what everybody has been chatting about.
That body looks awesome, Frank.
Thanks. Steve says he was messing with me when he was saying I was playing with my dolls. I know you were. So what I did with that body also is I wanted to do the roof flat, which I did. Another thing I did flat is this area here, where the grill. You can see it's flat, and also around the windshield. Can barely tell, but all around the windshield it's pretty thick, but it's actually flat. All around the bumper, so when you look at it from the back, you can really tell which is flat and what's not.
Right.
So it turned out okay. It's not a professional job. I've been doing RCs for a long time, but not bodies. To tell you the truth, this is probably my fourth or fifth body I painted, but it's actually the first one that I try to do design into it. Before, it was either just like two colors or one color and put stickers on it. This is the first one I ever tried to do design. So it was more of an experiment for me, and it turned out okay for my first one.
Yeah, definitely.
And here you can tell that it's actually yellow inside.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to find a spot. There you go.
Yep. See through it.
So my challenge now is going to have to be to find a light kit, or I probably won't even bother finding a light kit. I'll just buy some LEDs and put some resistor on it and put it on a receiver and just have them turn on. I don't care for the flashers. It would be cool to have. Maybe I will. I don't know. But for now, I'll just build buckets for it with styrene. Gotcha. And put the lights on. So my challenge is I got like one bucket here, one bucket here, one bucket to do here. So there's three in the front, but at the back there's actually another one there, another one here, but this one's gonna have to be double because there's a reverse and a brake light, and then there's these ones on the bottom.
Okay.
So I'll see. I'll take time, and when the wife is sleeping upstairs and I have nothing to do, I'll just break out the styrene and just cut some stuff. And it's pretty easy with this thin styrene, making a box and doing a small hole, and then before putting it on there, I either paint it black or I paint it silver. Okay. Like the front headlights is probably going to be silver.
Yep.
But the front is going to be a little challenging because I have to find something round to actually do the light bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look into some stuff. I know that some people or some places, they sell on the internet some light buckets, but they're either square or they're not always the same size. So I'm going to take the measurement here and find out if I can't find a cap off of something to actually do a light bucket or whatever.
Yep.
So I'll get creative with that. I'm in no rush. This is a hobby. It's not a race.
Right. Not a job.
Yeah. Grants RC, it's almost 10 p.m. here. Yeah, you're in the same time zone I am. 9:51 here.
Same here. We set up a crawl space at my RC shop near me, a hobby shop.
Okay. You set one up?
Yeah, me and one of the guys that works there. They
Cool.
gave us like a 20-foot by 3-foot area to set up some rocks and some. I put together a rope bridge and some of the ladder sections I'd made, and brought in stuff and put together last weekend. Be interesting to see what's happened over the week.
Okay. So it's actually at a store or behind a store?
It's inside of a store.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's Mateo's RC. I think he did a truck like this, but he just painted it the silver color of a Mercedes. And he actually changed the tires. He put different tires. These are 1.9 rims. So he just took a small tire, and his tires look a heck of a lot more grippy for the dirt. I do have some work, still body work to do on this. Like I got to install the mirrors, and I have to install the what comes with the kit, the mirror. Oh yeah, and the front emblem of the Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks nice. It's a nice little truck. When my son saw it, he goes, "Oh, you finished the Tonka." So he was kind of happy. He goes, "Ah, it looks okay." I go, and then I looked at him. I go, "You don't seem to like it too much." He goes, "Oh, I'm not sure about the yellow." He didn't like the yellow. So,
Gotcha.
Okay. These are supposed to be lights here, like the flashers. I forgot to do those. I meant to do them, but I forgot to do them. So I'll just put a sticker onto that one.
Right.
Red sticker that came with it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's different.
Definitely. Do those have spare tires on the back of them sometimes, like a hard case spare tire? Is that model Mercedes?
Yes, some of the pictures I saw do have spare tires. It's actually offset on the side,
Okay.
but yeah, they do have a spare tire on them. I might put one. I don't know, but now that I put the tank there,
Right.
I'm not sure I will.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was driving it and I was going like this, I go, it would have looked nicer if I put more orange or maybe some more of those stripes. I don't know. But maybe once the red is there, it's going to make it break out a little bit more.
True.
But right now the rear is almost all black, or maybe I should have put tank a little bit bigger. But hey, yeah, I can put bumper stickers. That's true. I can put stickers and put some stuff. Cool.
Those will be good on-road tires, though, right?
The what?
They'll be decent on-road tires.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is it is an on-road car, not a 4x4 car that you go with. But I'm sure if I locked the diffs and all that, it would do it.
Steve.
And this is my other beast that I want to work on. There's Steve, jumped in.
Yeah, I was waiting for the people to take the garbage out. They're making a whole bunch of noise.
Aha. So a little while back, I changed and I put the low center of gravity on my slash 4x4. Mm-hmm. And these tires are, when I was racing and bashing or whatever, to me, they're one of the best tires for clay and dirt. They're just awesome tires. They're the to me they were anyways, AKA tires, and they're the enduro tires. Like these with the little knobbies.
Yeah, those are like the ones I got.
They're just nuts, and they grab. Like I don't bash on the concrete with these. I just go on the dirt. If I want to bash on concrete, I change the tires to my street tires. But these are pretty good. Yeah, I thought my power system was broken because the bearing went on it. I changed the bearing, and then when I put it back together, it did not want to go. It just did not want to do anything. It was like cogging, like chick, chick, chick. It didn't want to go. And then somebody at the hobby store, he said, "Well, check your wires." So I checked all the wires, and the white one was a little loose. So it is still a little loose, but I'm going to be changing these wires. They're what, 4 years old now, so I think it's going to be time for me to change them, especially the connectors with all the dirt and the thing. So the motor did come back alive. It is working. I tried it, so I'm going to put it back, see how long it's going to last. I did order myself a Sidewinder short course truck motor to put in here.
Nice.
So I might put that in there right away or wait. I don't know. I also have to check my my police, which I think is still in my truck. My Stampede.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you saw my Stampede police truck.
No, I haven't seen it.
No? Where was it? I posted a small video of it. Oh, yeah, it is on Instagram. I think it was just before the picture of cleaning up. I posted a quick picture of, okay, it's time to take the police out. And I did do a quick video with my son 3 days ago, but I've been feeling under the weather, so I have not been editing. So
I'll have to check it out.
but there's a bunch of videos of that truck on my YouTube channel also. It is kind of cool.
Maybe you could tape the connectors for now if you didn't want to change them. Just tape them so they don't come apart.
It's not the fact that they come apart; it's that they're
floppy.
Yeah, they're very loose.
Yeah.
And well, what I did right now is I did crimp it a little bit, so it's a heck of a lot tighter now. But still, it seems to be loose a little bit. So
I wonder if there's like a dielectric grease you could put on them or something.
True. I think I'll just change it when I get time.
Yep.
Now it's going to stay like that. It does not want to sit in there for some odd reason. It's being temperamental. I think I know why.
Egan, you said that you guys got a new crawler track by your house?
Yep. Yeah, at the hobby shop. They let us use some space and we set up a little bit of a crawler.
Oh, that's cool. I got like 3 different tracks around the house that I know of, but I only mainly go to the one and I haven't been to the other 2. Well, I went on the Facebook page of one of them and they got a huge crawler track that they built last year that I didn't even know they had, which is good for me because I can't go down the trails and that. So I was like, score. Now I have a place to crawl.
Yep. Yeah, this is it's probably about 3 feet deep and 20 feet long. So it's a 16-inch bridge sections and stuff. So it's able to be 2 sections wide. You can go back and forth. It's just kind of tough to turn around.
Sweet. So, did they start using it yet?
Yeah, we just messed around a little bit on it last weekend. Probably do a little bit more tomorrow and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Take some pictures and post them somewhere.
Roger. We'll do that.
Which Facebook group do you guys follow?
None.
None?
I just whoever. I mean, the Traxxas Desert Racers, the guy Ben from Buy It, Break It, Fix It. I just started following him a couple days ago. Just all of them, really. Solid Axle, Monster Trucks.
But any local group? No?
Monsters of Michigan, they don't really have much posted up, but I know they still run their trucks. But there is a crawler group. I'm trying to think what the name of it is, but it's a Michigan crawler group.
Okay.
But yeah, just about anybody that has a cool page, I'll watch, check up on.
Cool.
Which one do you guys
Us, it's ORC, but it is a private one. But I do have another one that's locally, but it was busy a while back, but it seems that people just stopped doing it. But it was in the west side of Ottawa here, and it was called Down and Dirty RC.
Oh, okay.
So that's another one that I was in it, and now I'm actually the admin because the girl that started it actually is not doing it anymore. So that one was kind of fun.
Did you ever go to any like events that they had?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a couple of events for that club, but we have other ones for this club coming up. I'm actually hosting a night crawl coming up soon.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But it's going to be a night crawl, but in the city.
Right. I just actually got the LED bar hooked up and everything for this UDR. I just posted a video up right before I got on the live chat here.
Didn't you post a picture on Instagram also?
Yeah, I just did it like probably half hour ago, right when I finished it. Yeah, it's bright. It's a 10 LED light bar, a little over 6 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the size I needed to go from side to side basically with that. Now I'm trying to paint up all the scale stuff that they have on this truck. I took it all off and using actually they're not paint markers, but they're kind of like a Sharpie made by Bic. They're metallic. So
yes.
They seem to be working pretty good. I mean, like I just did the caps to like the oil cans in the back. And like, here's one of the fire extinguisher. Yeah.
Looks great.
Then they got like the floor jack that goes in the back. Just kind of painted that up a little bit, but I'm afraid it might rub off, so I'm putting on like a few different coats of the stuff, and then I was thinking maybe either hitting it with like a clear coat or maybe like clear nail polish or something to protect it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's a smooth surface, you might rough it up with some sandpaper or something and adhere better.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Damn. I did wipe it down a little bit with like an alcohol pad.
Oh yeah, that'll help a lot too.
But I do need to. I usually use a Scotch Brite pad like type deal, the sponge, the green and then the sponge for dishes. I do that for my Lexa and bodies to keep the just scuff it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, ready to have some fun tomorrow. See if it's still run or if I'm going to put that other ESC in there. I was debating, do I just buy a motor? Do I just upgrade it the whole thing? It is 4 or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm. Might as well just keep the other one as a backup, like you said, and run that one until it dies.
Yep, true. Let me go find the body for this thing.
Here's the next little project.
Picked up so you got the grasshopper. Cool.
Yeah, I picked it up. There's I think there's like 7 of us now that are gonna do the thing that I came up with on my YouTube channel for everybody that wants to buy the same kit that I was doing, and then everybody's gonna send me a picture of the finished product once we're done with the build, and that way you see everybody's different touch they do to it, and then each guy's gonna have their own running video on their own channel of it, or Instagram, whatnot.
Nice.
But yeah.
They're
only. I got it from the hobby shop, and they matched the price. Amazon had them for $92 right now, so it wasn't bad price. Plus, I wanted one since I was a kid, man. Anybody that had the Grasshopper when I was growing up was like the man on the block. So, finally got one.
I
30
can't
some years
find my
later.
body. I just can't find my body anywhere. That's odd.
Are those
Discombobulated.
beadlock wheels that you have on there? On the Slash? I mean, they look like them.
Right. At least beadlock rings anyway.
Right. Yeah, I got those pin type tires that I had bought for the track because we got the main one I go to is a carpet track. So.
Oh yeah, they work good there.
Yeah. What are you working on?
Actually, we're just cleaning up my truck from running it last weekend. Oiling up some stuff.
Oh, okay.
SEX10, though, is what it is.
I don't remember. You have so many dang different trucks. I can't remember which one.
This is a deadbolt.
Huh?
SEX10 deadbolt first
Oh,
series.
the deadbolt. Okay.
Yep.
I see some people are getting the new deadbolts out now.
Mm-hmm.
RC Driver online did a review today and had some running video of the new one.
Right, I saw that. He actually called the wild boar drive shafts wild boar axles.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the color. I mean that army, like the army.
Yeah, it's
green.
different.
Okay, after hours of searching, I got it.
Oh, that's where he went.
I was looking for my body.
We were asking about the beadlock wheels. We thought you were mad at us or something. Didn't answer.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. These are the Proline beadlock wheels.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
And if ever you race, do not race with beadlock rings.
No.
No, because they do pop off. I was racing, and they just pop off. They're not good for racing. As soon as you go and run them on 3S or something like that, these on Slash, they look cool, but they're not that good. They do pop off.
Nice.
So the screws don't hold them in.
Yeah, it's because of the compression, and when your tires flip so much, turn so much, it does stretch, and it just pops off, even if you put them tight.
Okay.
Are those the ones that, I mean, like when I ordered the racing tires for my Slash, you had to get the ones for the Slash because of the offset?
2.2 and 3.0.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So it's 2.2 here and 3.0 on the outside. So when you look at the wheels, I got some these guys here. So on one side, you got a heck of a lot more rubber than on this side. So when you order wheels for Slash, they have to be this way because the carriers on them are so big, you need this room inside of it. The rear, you can basically fit any tires on it, but it's the front that is kind of odd. But yes, they are different.
Gotcha.
I got to put my decoration back up on my wall.
Yep.
That's the guy that used to be in my SEX10 when I first got it. Couldn't have legs, so I chopped him off. So I kept him. So maybe he can drive something else now. But for now, he sits on top of my pile of tires. So he sits on top of my pile of tires, and there he is. Looks like he's in the tires, but he's not.
Right.
And then I have my little TV at the back. It's off tonight. It's actually functioning.
The TV does?
Yeah, the TV actually works.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. You got a bunch of Marvel movies on there, don't you?
Yeah.
Seems like playing them a bunch.
Yeah, the one I have on there is X-Men right now.
Mm-hmm.
And another one, I can't remember which one I got on there, the other one. But I think tomorrow I'll take this guy to work, or I'll take it outside. If I don't go to work, I'll take it outside anyways. And I'll give it a try. See if everything's okay. But I have to find some body clips. Some big body clips.
How do you like those paddle tires?
Oh, they're great in the sand. They're just awesome.
Have you tried them in snow?
In snow, they're okay, but we get way too much snow here, and as soon as you get too much deep snow, it's just fluffy, so you won't go anywhere. It just jams up. It just bottoms up.
Mm-hmm.
I just got the first set of paddle tires I've ever bought, but I haven't used them yet on the UDR here. I don't know if you can
Cool.
see it. Heavy.
Oh, yeah. Those look like the rip.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to drive them on anything but like the sand.
No, don't.
Especially
I know.
The price of them.
Yeah, I got a set here of paddle tires that I got off of when I did a trade. I got I bought two Slash, a 4x4 and a 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy had spare tires for it, but they were paddle tires. And the guy must have run it on pavement because, man, were they ever used up. It's just like crazy. I don't know how you could abuse tires like that. It's just crazy.
Doing speed runs on the concrete.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Proline.
What's that?
If you're sponsored by Proline, it'd help too.
Maybe.
You wouldn't feel so bad.
Well, one good thing is he did put bead locks on it, so I can reuse the bead lock on anything.
True.
But tires are not. The pedals are almost gone. Yeah, I kept on losing body pins, and then I kept on buying body pins. And then when I lose the bag of body pins, I bought another bag of body pins. So now I have a whole lot of body pins, big and small. But instead of keeping them all in separate bags, now I keep them all in the same bag, and I keep it in my little tray that I made for my emergency. Now I shouldn't lose them. I've got so many body pins in there: small, big, medium, large.
You ever try the body washers that Traxxas offers? Those little
yes, I do have some body washers, not in this bin, but in another bin. But like this is my survival bin, kind of, I call. Okay. So when I go on the trail.
Gotcha.
So here I got two sets of dry shafts. I got some spur gears. I got some pinion gears. I got some hex. I got a horn. I got some nuts. I got a bunch of other pins under here. I got a whole transmission gear. For sure, you can't because I got a piece of paper with part numbers. Transmission gear, the 3 gears that are in the transmission, I have that in there. Tie wraps, so sticky 2-way tape, little tiny screwdriver. So a bunch of stuff that are going to be helpful. Velcro, 2-way tape, body pins. So when you're stuck on the trail or something breaks, you can fix it real quick.
Yeah, I got a couple of those containers. They come in handy.
Yeah.
And if you ever noticed, like some of the aftermarket bodies, the short course bodies, they don't come with the number plates like on the sides like Traxxas does.
Yeah.
And if you take those separators out, they're the little plastic. They're perfect size to put on the bodies without number plates and make those as the number plates. You know, the little separators that they have in those things, they're
Yeah.
perfect.
One thing with Slash, what I notice and what happens to them is you bash with them and you always flip with them and so on. Where it breaks is at the back here. And I actually took a binder. I had a plastic binder. I'm trying to find more of these binders, but it's not styrene. It is a thin plastic. But what I did is I put this plastic under here and I actually shugu it into place. But before here, see, I put shugu and
Yeah, it's how mine is.
so this is all fixed because it was all cracking. But here, there was no way I could fix it. Hey, come on, you focus. Here, there was no way I could fix that with tape and shugu, so I needed something stronger. So it's just a piece of plastic that you get off of a binder. So it was a plastic binder, an old school plastic binder that I saw and I picked up and I cut the lid off. I think I got one more lid of these. So these are very good to fix bodies.
You're supposed to shugu and drywall tape before you crack it.
Yeah, but
does weigh a lot.
Oh my God. That's why I had to buy a new body just for the track because the one that I had the onboard audio on it
okay.
with the speakers,
Yep.
and I shugued the heck out of it with the drywall tape, and that body was like just top heavy, you know.
Yeah.
It was, every corner I went in, I rolled. And it had the high center of gravity chassis to boot. So that's why I bought a low center of gravity chassis and I'm just gonna build the track slash for just the track, and the other one's gonna be a basher, throw some bigger tires on it and call it a monster slash.
Yeah, I never raced this one with the low center of gravity, so I don't know how it actually performs with the low center of gravities.
I heard it's supposed to do a world of difference for racing.
Yeah.
Compared to them high center gravities.
There, I'm ready for a race tomorrow. I thought it was going to take me longer to put that motor back on, but it didn't. I bottomed out so often on it that I've actually took the paint off of it, and then when I put the drywall tape and shugu, I didn't bother painting it back on. It's kind of cool. It looks like you can see the drywall tape under it, so it's kind of neat.
Carbon fiber or something.
Yeah, carbon fiber. I was gonna say that too. Oh, those washers you were talking about, Keegan. I usually take them and I'll shugu them on the inside of the body, so it's underneath there, and then you don't have to worry about losing them and crap, you know, and they're already there. And then just boom, you know.
Yep.
And then a lot of them, sometimes you can't fit them underneath the body because of the way the body's shaped. You know, you run into a turn or something, and you just have to clip it, you know, like a pair of scissors and cut it, and then it fits right in there.
Take one edge off.
But they seem to not, like, you know how people pull the body post through the body or it breaks right there. It seems to hold up when there's shugu underneath there.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Yeah, Josh Nude says low center of gravity is night and day when you race them from stock chassis.
Sweet.
And Eric is saying, so what's everybody up to? We're just playing with RCs. Just trying to get things built and things replaced. Especially on my drifter here, this side was all broken off the windshield, so the guy had tape on top. So what I did last week is, because this side has a little notch, so what I did on the other side, because it was broken, I built one out of styrene, and it actually had a hole on top, so I put a screw here, and then I can put another screw on the bottom, and it actually, where the other one on the other side, and just put a screw here. So it actually held up pretty good, but I made my screw a little too big here. I made my hole a little too big, so my screw popped out. So I got to put another screw.
Looked like you had fun drifting, Matt, you and your buddy.
Yeah, at work, yeah, the two guys that were drifting that they last, that's why I posted the video on YouTube. They were saying, like, I feel like I'm 18 again. This would be awesome with a beer in the hand and having fun with it. So,
Cheers.
yeah. So I'm going to try my little trick of putting glue on the hole or on the screw. Because if you put some, if you have a strip screw somewhere on your plastic or on your truck, and I did that on the Wraith, and it's been holding for 2 or 3 years now. Just put glue, and you put your screw, and then everything will hold. The glue actually sets and makes threads. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I usually use tire glue, but this time I use styrene glue. See how it actually ends up. But now I can actually go and use my windshield just like normal. I just remembered I left the battery in this guy. I gotta take the battery out.
Yeah. You just charge them in the truck if you're using it or whatever.
Sometimes it depends on the battery or the truck. This one, I can't. There's no way I can on this truck because the way the body is made, there's just no room. I got to take the body off anyway. So if I'm going to take the body off, and plus it's a lipo, I'd rather take it off of there and.
I pull this rustler apart here. My sister's boyfriend. So something's going on. It's,
cool.
That tire's rolling like that.
No.
And the other side is, is regular. I don't know. He must have did something inside.
Is the dry shaft? Is the dry shaft still there?
Yeah, the drive shaft's still there.
Is the set screw still in the dry shaft on the top?
It's hard to tell right now.
Because sometimes that's what happened with those is the set screw backs off just a little bit, but the dry shaft stays in there.
Yeah, because the drive shaft's in there. I have to pull his body off and take a look. Hopefully that's it. That'd be cool.
Otherwise, maybe he blew his diff inside.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping not.
Oh. Earl Rick says his name is not Eric. It's
Alvin.
As Earl, but with 2 R's.
Yeah, his name's Alvin.
Alvin?
Yeah, it's his real name. We talk all the time. He liked the show My Name is Earl. That's why he put his name as Earl.
That was a great show.
Yeah, I know.
A show called My Name is Earl. I don't think I ever saw that show.
Really? That show was so funny.
It was on network television probably a decade ago. For almost
they
5
played
years.
On TBS. Yeah, they played on TBS a lot too.
Hey, I'm Canadian, eh?
It's about a guy that goes to jail and makes a list of everybody he's wronged in his life, and once he gets out of jail, he goes around trying to correct everything he did wrong or whatever, make up for it. And
yeah, he goes by karma. He learned what karma was by Carson Daly, a show that he's seen on TV, and so he started living his life by karma. Because he wins the lottery, and right away gets hit by a car. and then he noticed that karma was after him, so he had to use that money he won to right the people that he wronged in his life.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And they had to like sign a list when he was done proving that he had made them happy or whatever.
Yeah, yep, that he helped them out somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, see if that's
So I got to find a way, or I'm debating of finding a way to take all the paint off of this truck and repainting it, or just painting over the mess that the guy made.
You could do one of those cool paint jobs where you just sand it down and put another layer on, sand it down, you know, like weather it real well.
Like this layer of paint is friggin' thick. This is like, this is probably like house paint or something. I think he painted that with a paintbrush because
Marine paint.
it's really roughly done. You can really tell when you look at it through the light. Yeah. It's like really rough.
It's rhino lined.
Really thick also, because when I come here and I try to peel it off, it does come off just like by peeling it, and it's a big chunk that actually comes off. I don't think he put any primer on there. Like, it's thick. He put a big coat on there. I'm either debating on paint stripper, but if I use paint stripper, I'm afraid it's going to eat through the plastic.
Yeah, you may test a little bit of on the corner or someplace, you know, out of sight.
Just debating if it's worth it or just like, because it's so rough. I don't know. Or try to find a different body for it. But I like the Jeep body. I don't think I ever saw a give it a wet sand. Grant says. I don't know if a wet sand would, because this is very thick, and a wet sand it's hard to get in the cracks. I think it's try to get the word out and try to find another truck like this, another body, and start from scratch. These are the smaller ones anyways. What wheelbase is that? Oh, 10 and a half inch, 10 and a quarter.
It's like a small 10 scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my crawler's 10 and a half, small 10 scale.
Yeah.
And millimeters, it's 250.
Okay.
No suspension on this thing. It's a drifter. It doesn't need anything.
I've never tried drifting before. I have to give it a shot. I heard it's pretty fun.
It's different. It's a different beast, that's for sure. Some people, I've only got two drifters. I got this one and another one. Both of them are 4x4. I have no rear drifter yet, but I am thinking of getting a rear drifter, but then it's going to have the drift module on it to help drift. Because some people say when you have that, it's so easy to drift. I like having it complicated, but and I like the challenge of learning it. But some people say if you want to go tandem or whatever, you need that module.
Right.
Oh, the gyro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a new bright Jeep.
Okay.
Because that's what Grant RC was saying. Yeah, I think so too. What he's saying is if I paint over it, it's just going to peel off, because right now it's already starting to peel off. So, because the guy that did it did not do a proper job with the base coat. Like, you see, I just took the knife right now and I took a big chunk out of there.
Oh, yeah.
I took a big chunk out.
Yeah.
Maybe if I just take a knife and just peel it off.
Yep, paint scraper or something.
Yeah, a little scraper or something.
Yeah, get the bulk of it.
Or maybe the Dremel with a little spinning wheel, the grinding wheel there, and just go softly.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have the 2 light buckets, but I lost them. Not the light buckets, but the 2 light thing. I got. I was thinking of making some hash, like some fake one, with like a hash mark, and just stick them on there and make them like false lights.
Okay.
Acid bath, take the paint right off. Yeah. And then the whole body's gonna melt. Bull.
Yeah.
But this is kind of cool. The guy started. He switched everything around on here, so it's actually a left-sided driver. It's not a right-sided. So the guy that's actually driving it is driving it on the wrong side. So the steering wheel. Yeah. So Europe Jeep, the steering wheel's on this side. Yeah. So the guy actually cut the dash in 3 parts, but I don't know what he did with the other part. But he cut the dash in 3 parts and took the part that was here and put it there. So I just left it there. So that's cool. That's neat. That's different. Yeah. And then I turned my skeleton's head. This guy's been drifting for so long.
One direction for so long.
Yeah.
It's coming down out there.
We had a few showers earlier. It's been real humid today. Warm yesterday.
I was sweating like crazy the past 2 days.
So I'm going to try to get a car to show you, Steve. Just bear with me a sec, and I'll be right back, and I'll try to get a car for you.
Cool.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, here, wait a minute. Here it is.
Oh, man, there you go.
It is a Super Hornet.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the one you're getting or you're building, but this one was the upgrade to it, kind of.
Yeah, that was the one with it came with the 540 motor instead of the 380.
Yeah. So this one has still the old speed control in it. This is well over 20 years old. It was one of the first release, I think, when they made it. And it still works. I made a video of it last year or the year before, outside on my trails, and had it jumping and all that, and was actually showing. I still have the connector, but it still have the old-time speed controller on there.
Oh yeah.
I still have the crystal. I still have the controller for it. So, so the speed control is actually using a servo. So this is old school.
Yeah, that's when the remotes came with the servos on, right?
Yeah. The ESC, yeah. The ESC actually has a servo.
Send a picture of that one to me, because I'm doing the after everyone's done with theirs. All the other guys were like, "Well, what if we already have the grasshopper, and we want to send you a picture to put in the video?" I said, "Anything like grasshopper, hornet." I said, send them to me and I'll put them in a thing, like a show off video, like show off your Tamiya. That'd be a good one.
Yep. And the battery on that one actually fits. It's kind of cool because it actually fits under the car. So the way you load the battery is you load it from underneath. So you just take the pins off and put the battery there underneath.
Does the grasshopper load up like that? I haven't even took it out the box
I
yet.
am not sure. I think so. Because there's not a lot of place to put the battery in those trucks.
Right. Yeah, that's cool, man. When did you? How long ago did you get it brand new? Like
Yeah,
that long ago?
I got it brand new at the store, and I built it. I put it together. I brought that at the campground, and I actually built it at the campground and ran it at the campground.
Oh, that's cool.
Those the original tires, and are they rubber?
Yeah, original tires, rubber. This is my second or third set of those same tires, and I have a spare one in my bag.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, these are, and even the rims, you can notice they're kind of white there. That's because when you jump them, the suspension, all that, it just takes the hit. So
Okay.
Oh,
they're getting old. This is an old truck, an old car.
yeah, that would be good. That would be awesome to put that one up on there. And it's cool that you didn't buy it like that, like a couple years ago. That you actually bought it back then and built it.
Yeah. I'm missing a front headlight. I gotta find a headlight for it. I'll show you guys in a sec. But I lost one of them. I don't know where it went. I think I kept it once, but I wanted to put it back on. But see in the front, you got a bucket on this side.
Oh yeah.
But on this side, it's missing. So I gotta either make one or find one or change both of them. But I like it, the sense that it's the original one. But
Right. Yeah, what was with the Tamiya back in the 80s? They got the Hornet, the Grasshopper, the Frog. It was like
yep.
their nature name models.
Had a theme going.
So John Martin is saying, what are your thoughts on a 5700 kV motor for a crawler? Me, what I would say for that is better make sure you're censored. And if you're censored, try to stay out of water. But you need to censor to have the low speed. But I know that some guys, some manufacturers, has actually made crawler motors now that are high KVs. A lot of people have been using them. They're smooth, they're nice, and so they've made a lot of good leaps and bounds on crawler motors with high torque and high speed. To me, does it belong in a crawler? No, because a crawler, just the word of it, crawler, it's not meant for speed. You don't have the suspension. You don't have the suspension to handle those high turn. But if you need that high speed to get you out of trouble or jump over a gap or whatever, yes, it's nice to have it. But me, no, not for me. So it is censored. Good. Yeah, it's which brand is it? John, which brand are you thinking of putting on there?
Number of poles probably matters too.
Yeah, 4 poles are better.
Right. If you're buying new, it's a little.
Just waiting for him to type that thing because he is kind of a little. Okay, it's a Sidewinder. Sidewinder 3 4-pole.
Yeah, so.
It's the Sidewinder 3 4-pole is not bad. I know that they have some. Castle has made a 4-pole motor that is actually meant for crawlers. So if that's the one you're putting in there, great. The Sidewinder also is not a bad ESC. I've seen better ones, but it is a good ESC. As long as it's the crawler motor from Castle Creation, you'll be good. I think they have a blue can instead of having a green can. Those are a little bit better. But will that green one work? Probably. I've seen some guys run it all the time into the crawlers. But the only way to actually know for sure is to actually try it. The problem with trying it is it's your money. So if you have another truck to put it in there after, then you can. But it costs, it's expensive to try stuff and to experiment. So it is the waterproof one. Yeah, so it should be a good one. Okay, he's saying it's the green can. I know the blue can, they made it especially for the crawlers, so you can get more torque out of them. You are going to get some some speed with it, but you won't have as much torque as the other one. The other one gives you more torque and low speed. What do you think, Kagan, about high kV motor in the crawler?
I've only run brushless, or brushed, sorry, and crawlers. Okay. 27 turn I'm running in my Dingo right now. That's a little bit too fast. Sometimes I think it'd be nice to have a little bit more slow, low end torque.
And why do you run 27 turn instead of 35? You don't
go what came in it.
Okay, that's what came in it?
Yeah, so I figured I'd use that out first. It's got metal gears and metal drives and just doesn't have hardened diffs or anything yet. But seems like a lot of people do use brushless. As long as you can adjust with the Castle Link program, you can do a lot with the ESCs and.
Yeah, in the last year, Castle has really stepped up, especially for the crawlers with the ESCs. But I'm not sure you can do that with the Sidewinder 3. I think you can with the Sidewinder 4 or the other one that's a little Mamba X.
Yeah, right.
That one is nice, but man, do you ever pay the price for it though? But see that Castle Sidewinder 3 with 4-pole, that's the one I ordered for my Slash, to put into my Slash. Would I ever put that in a crawler? Probably not. Not for me anyways, but we have Jammin RC that came in.
Evening, Jammin.
I wonder what other truck I can show you. So I put this guy back away. Be right back. Can anybody tell me what this is?
Mini Z.
No, that's not a Mini Z.
Oh, what is it? Mr. Bean car?
It's a Mr. Bean car.
Mini Cooper of some sort, but
BMW?
That's a real short wheelbase, so.
Where is my car? Oh, there it is.
Like an 8-inch wheelbase?
Oh, there's my cop car. I just found my cop car, my cop truck.
Oh, the Stampede?
Yeah, it's on the ground. So I'll just open this box up. Come on, buddy. Open up. This is a Mini Z.
I meant Mini Cooper.
Yes. That's a Mini Cooper.
That's what I thought.
But this is a Mini Z.
That's why you laughed when I said Mini Z.
Yeah.
I meant Mini Cooper. I meant
This
promise.
Mini Z is over 20 years old also. I've had this for a long time. I bought this a month or two after I bought the Super Hornet.
I got a fake Mini Q, Mini Z thing here.
Mini Q.
Yeah, Mini Q. Whoa.
Good catch.
And this Mini Cooper is, can anybody that's online or here can tell me which chassis that is?
That looks like a
And
Tamiya,
it's all
though.
dusty.
Some type of Tamiya? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It is a Tamiya. Got their own battery.
TT.
A hint is that the servo is on top.
No idea.
It's
Yeah,
on top and right at the front.
It still don't help.
No. I'm out of my element in Tamiya.
It's an MO3 chassis.
MO3.
Okay.
That's one of the very first MO3 chassis that they made, and then they made the MO4, MO5, and now they have the MO6. They all pretty much close the same. What changed in them is where the servo was. The MO4, they put the servo a little lower and farther back, but some people didn't like how the servo was and how the response of the servo. Then they made the MO5 to fix a couple things, and then they made the MO3. What's really neat with these trucks is you can flip these around. You can make it four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, or rear-wheel drive. So it's really neat how you can flip these around.
What? How do you flip around? Just a switch?
No, it's when you build them. When you get them with the kit, it's either like this one is a front-wheel drive, but some of them are rear-wheel drive. So how it would work with the rear-wheel drive is that the all the steering would go over here.
Oh, okay.
So, but in the kit you get parts to do that. So,
Right.
and then this becomes a rear-wheel drive because this is the only place where it's powered. The motor's here, drivetrain and all that, that's all here. So if you have the front wheel, the rear-wheel drive, then this becomes a front, therefore this turns.
It gives you, the kit gives you the option if you want to make it front wheel or rear wheel.
Yeah, some kit did give you that option. You can either make it front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It was a cool chassis to build, to come up with. I picked up this guy off a little kid. He wanted to trade it for some batteries. So it was broken. He broke a lot of parts off of it. All the parts I bought for it to rebuild it, it would have been cheaper for me to buy the kit and to buy a new kit. So you got to be careful sometimes when you buy stuff. Buying all the parts for it would have been cheaper for me to buy a kit. Like I spent over $100 on this, $125 on parts just to rebuild it.
You get a lot in RTR sometimes.
Yeah. It's a nice car.
Or kits. For the money. Whereas if you bought it piece by piece, you'd spend way, way more.
Oh yeah. When an RC breaks there, and like the steering had some problem finding the steering, new knuckle for the steering. Did find some on eBay. But this is a fun car. This is my son's car. He likes it a lot. He likes making donuts with them. So the one I'd like to get would be the sport one, the one that actually has all the little lights in the front.
You can
Those would
can
be
you
fun.
still get them kits?
Yes. Yep. The Mini Cooper kits, you can still get them. That's a fun kit to build. It's a fun little car to boot around, especially when you do basement racing. This is a fun kit for basement racing.
What's the scale on it?
They say it is a 1/10, but it's a Mini Cooper. It's a small one, because when you take a Mini Cooper and you put it beside a 1/10 scale, well, the 1/10 is going to be a little bit bigger, because they say this is a 1/10 also. So, and that's about right. When you put them together, a Mini Cooper is going to be a little smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And this is smaller than an SUV, a big SUV.
Yeah, and you're talking like the 1/10 scale from the 1-to-1 of that, and 1-to-1 to that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it makes room to work. Get this pig out of the way.
And what about this guy?
Oh, Top Fuel Dragster, huh?
Yeah.
Who makes that one?
Oh, I can't remember who made that one. I did find it a while ago who made it, but it escapes me right now. But I rebuilt this guy. I put a motor on it. Actually came with it, but this is like an airplane motor. This thing is fast. This thing is just like stupid fast. And I put I got a screw in the front, but I put a Summit ESC on here. So got good torque.
Cool. I've seen the ones that Traxxas makes, but I haven't seen one like that.
Right.
I wanted to do a couple races, but it's hard to get everybody together to race.
Or to find a good smooth spot to race at.
Yeah, it's to find a smooth spot and a cool place to actually race. That's tough, because you need a long stretch. I can change cameras. You can drive under truck trailers. With the dragster, yes, you can, because it's so low. You can just.
Oh, he's probably talking about the Mini Cooper.
Oh, the Mini Cooper.
Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Driving under the semi. Was that Earl?
No, that was Grant RC.
Oh, Grant. Oh, I figured Grant would be in bed by now.
Yeah, I thought you were going to bed, Grant. What's going on with that? What's up with that?
5 a.m. is going to come quick, buddy.
Grant RC says he doesn't think they make the Mini Zs anymore. Yes, they do. They actually have better chassis now and better suspension. It's really cool how they've kept those going. And a guy here in Ottawa is still buying some. He bought a bunch of them, and he's got a little track in his basement. I went there a couple months ago, and it's kind of cool. They still make them. They're friggin' expensive though. It's Canadian. It ended up being well over $300 for one, because they still have what you pay for is the body. They have licensed body, and they're small and there's so much detail. The one I wanted was the Lamborghini, and it's well over $300. So I said, no, I'm not going to pay that for a Mini. Didn't bother.
It's the all-wheel drive, two-wheel drive you're looking at.
The one I was looking at, I think, was rear-wheel drive. Or was it the 4x4? I think the 4x4 is over 300.
Okay.
The two-wheel drive is like 280 something, but by the time you count the tax and the shipping, and it was just like, whoa, wait a minute. And there's no direct distributors here in Ottawa anymore, so you can't buy it at the store. It used to be, I used to order at the store, and you don't end up paying shipping. You just buy it from the guy. You wait till he gets a big enough order, he orders it for you, and you get it. But when you order online, it gets expensive.
Yeah.
Grant's RC has a question for Keegan.
What's up, Grant?
Do you have a site where you can order part for your deadbolt?
The old deadbolt.
Yeah.
I was getting stuff from Tower Hobbies before, but it looks like they're back in stock with some of their stuff. I haven't tried ordering from them recently, but my hobby shop, I'm trying to talk them into ordering from them again.
So you get your stuff from Tower Hobbies?
Yep. They seem to be fairly reliable before the whole Hobbyco incident. And it's the one thing that seems to be back in stock. I haven't looked since last week, I don't think, but RC four-wheel drive was all back ordered, and hot racing and Anti-G, but axial stuff was quite a bit of it was in stock.
Cool. Wayne Kibler's RC Adventures says, good evening, guys. He's just joining in.
Hey, Wayne. He's doing the grasshopper build. He's one of the guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
So Grant says, okay, thanks. He'll take a look.
I picked the kit up when they were on sale at the end. They're $229 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Pick the RTR up. So.
Gemin RC has a question for Steve. He says, how much does that UDR weigh stock?
Oh,
could Google that.
Be like 15 pounds. It's pretty heavy.
Let me Google that for you.
Yeah. I'm just guesstimating.
Pretty good sized batteries too.
Yeah, with the batteries in it too. It's up there.
Plus the paint you're adding onto it now.
What's that?
Plus the paint you're adding onto it now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that paint, you're going to put a lot of weight on that.
No, it's not going to notice on that truck.
Details. Suspension, electronics, scale, realism. Come on, I want to see specs, you bunch of...
If I had a scale, I'd throw it on there, but I can't get to it right now.
Yeah, I got it here. Transmission length, front to rear. Weight, 13.4 pounds, 6.1 kilos.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty close to 15 pounds. With the batteries probably in it.
Yeah, with the batteries, you're going to get over at... You're going to get closer to that 15 pounds.
Well, it's definitely got the suspension though. It does soak up them jumps. And
Wayne says that grasshopper build is going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see what people come up with. When people send me the ones that they've already built, like you got that Hornet, like that counts. That's just like the grasshopper, so I know a lot of people have built to me as in the past, so And plus, when the other guys, they's like, well, if I already have the thing that I've already built one before. Can I still, send you my pictures, because they want to be a part of it? And I'm like, yeah, because, I told them anybody that enters up, it's no big deal, but I'm going to send them my stickers I had made up, just for entering. And then do like a raffle, and then the last guy or a random winner out of the people enter and send them a T-shirt.
Cool. That's nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Just something different to do to get everybody kind of together and doing the same build and watching the same stuff.
Okay, Grant, have a good night. Grant is leaving. He's going to go to bed. He's got to work at 5 a.m.
All right, see you, Grant.
Thanks for dropping by. And,
hey, can you Jammin', did you try out your new JJRC truck yet? Or buggy?
he got a new truck? Buggy
Yeah,
truck?
he got one of those JJRCs that looks just like the Capo Ace.
Okay.
And,
but smaller, I think, eh?
Yeah, it's a company kind of like the WL Toys. They're
Yes,
JJRC.
yes. Yeah, Tony from C6XRC had one, yeah.
Yeah, yep. That's what he said in his video, that he seen Tony had one and he liked it, so he got himself one. I'm just wondering if he ran it yet, because there's a couple guys I talked to that had those sent to them, and half of them, excuse me, half of them had problems where the ESC, it's the ESC receiver combo, it wasn't linking up to the remotes and they couldn't run them. So half of them had no problems and the other half had problems with it. So
okay. Yeah, he says, Yupper Super Glide Man, love it. So
cool.
It looks like it works.
Got one that wasn't built on a Friday.
Right.
What's wrong with being built on Friday? Just because people want to go home early.
Yeah. Fridays and Mondays, you don't want anything that was built by somebody on Fridays and Mondays. People hate Mondays and they want to take off early on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
They say you should schedule your doctor's appointments for like mid-morning, so it's not you're not the first person the doctor sees in the morning. Or
oh yeah, I have made that mistake of going to my doctor's on Friday, and I waited there for so long. When he came in the room, I gave him an earful about how he had to make me wait so long. He's like, "Don't ever schedule on a Friday because that's my busiest day." So now I do Wednesdays with him.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Never again.
Yeah.
Let's see how many more.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Chris to come back from his trip to actually work on the Winnebago.
Mm-hmm.
He got the 3D printed engine and he's going to drop it off in Ottawa here for me to pick up. But trying to get with him with his schedule and trying to arrange it with mine also, it's really tricky, and he's going to be busy like crazy this year. So there's a couple of things I was waiting for him to build with me, but I think I'm just going to do it by myself and just go ahead and do the rest of the hardware and install the frame onto the truck. Heck, I got brazing stuff. I can do my own bracket and all that. So instead of waiting for him and make the project just stall, I think I'm just going to go in the back on weekend and work on my some of the stuff anyways.
Tinker, yep.
It's hard to schedule everybody to work together, especially when you're doing a build like that, and especially with him, he's so busy going different places.
Oh yeah.
Jamin says he has no issues with his. because he ordered the blue.
Yeah,
The red one seems to have the issue.
exactly. I was gonna say it's probably because you got the blue one, because all the other guys had red ones that weren't working right.
Maybe Chris could get on Google Chat with you sometime or something if you're hung up on a part of it, do it online instead of getting together.
Well, I'm pretty good doing stuff. It's just that he offered, and I said okay, yes, and like he doesn't braze, he actually welds, so it's a heck of a lot faster. And he actually mentioned that he was going to probably do a 3D machine aluminum part to go at the front to actually hold the whole truck, but it's just taking too long. So that's what's holding me right now. And the interior also, I was supposed to get somebody to help me out with decorating the interior. But now I think I'm just going to go to the local store here and try to find some patterns or some stuff that I can put on the floor, make it look like hardwood or cushion floor or something.
Yeah, start looking around.
Yeah, and the material for the seat, I want to find some seat covers. So I'm going to start doing some stuff here at night just to advance with the project. Jamin says, I wish I was there. He could help. I wish you were here too. All kind of help is appreciated. Last time I sent an RC out to get fixed or upgraded, it's been 2.5 years now, or 2 years, and I'm still waiting for it to come back. I'm kind of sad. I wonder if he's listening.
Dave, if you're listening.
Oh, you knew I was talking about that one.
I suspected.
Damn cold.
You have to take it slow and easy with it when you get it back. Be like driving it into walls and stuff. You won't remember how to drive it.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to retune all the steering. You'll have all your adjustments all messed up.
I know for a fact it was not a good jumper, and I did not build it for that because it's a E-Revo, and I extended the rear, all the weight's in the front. But I made it to be a dragster, and that's why I wanted all that weight in the front and just to take off fast. But there was so much torque twist on that thing, it was ridiculous because like the drive shaft was like super long on it because the drivetrain or whatever for the fit for it where the motor is all the way at the front. So the drive shaft was really long. It got a lot of torque twist. So that's why I decided to I started playing with it as a crawler. But man, that thing is just stupid as a crawler. All the weight's in the front, and it's with the suspension it had. The back wheel was locked, the diff was locked, and the front was unlocked. But man, that thing is just fun crawling with it. That's what I called it, the rat rod, because it was like a little rat going in the trails, and it was just like hugging everywhere, going up the hills, and it was just like sticking to the ground. It was cool.
Did you say it was an E-Revo?
Yeah, I took an E-Revo.
Made a crawler?
Yeah, I made a crawler out of it, but I extended it because the E-Revo has a short wheelbase. Like I have one here.
And it's got IF or independent front and rear suspension.
What's neat with this is that the suspension or the width of it is exactly the same as an SCX10. So what I did is I took the rear part off. I built a bridge here. I got videos of that on my YouTube channel. Just Google rat rod, and you'll see it. But I did a bridge and I put links. I attached links here, and my wheel is right about there. It's a 12-inch wheelbase, just like the SCX10, and it's a fun truck. It's a really neat truck.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's real unique.
Yep.
Now that's running the brushless motor or brush motor in that.
It had a brushless motor on that one.
Gotcha.
But that one was a at the beginning it was not censored, but at the end I did put a censored motor in there because I wanted it for crawling. So I wanted to have that small one. But the transmission on the Revo and all that, it's not as tough. So you do have to be careful. The diffs on it are a little smaller, so you got to be careful on the rocks. So for me, I was playing it more in the trails and all that, so it was fun. It's called a E-Revo 1/16.
Yeah, the mini
Earl was asking. Yeah, it's called a mini Revo, but if you look on Traxxas website, they don't call it a mini Revo. They call it a E-Revo 1/16 scale.
Right.
Or like some people could like to call them is MERV, MERVER. And MERV is the abbreviation for Mini E-Revo.
Right. Oh man, this thing's stripped.
Let's see if I can't put a find my
Find the problem, Grant?
playlist. You having a problem with that, Grant?
No, not sorry, Grant, but
Steve. I mean?
Oh, I was like, I thought Grant was dead.
No, sorry.
Yeah, just one of the screws is stripped and taken. You got to take all this crap out to split this trans open, this motor cover and all that off.
Gotcha.
It's coming. Since I don't have a Phillips head that's like real big and it's kind of stripped, I'm just putting a flat head in there and it's actually grabbing it. So once I get it out, I'll just have to make sure I put a new screw in there for them because there ain't no point of putting strip screw back in.
So I just put a link in the video description of the build. It's called Hybrid Project Rat Rod.
Cool. I'll have to check that one out.
The screensaver, the picture with Iron Man, is the rat rod.
That's correct.
You gonna go? You said you're gonna go this weekend, Keegan, to test that crawler track out.
Yeah, I drove a little bit last weekend, but yeah, I'll probably go back down Friday and see if that Marlin crawler's coming, and also drive a little bit more with the deadbolt. Yep.
That'll be. They let you just run the course for free because you know them, or?
Well, we just set it up last weekend, so I don't know if they've set up any pricing structure or anything yet. So I'll have to see.
See, Kagan, the picture, Kagan, right now that I have on my profile.
Yep.
That's the rat rod that's on there.
Right.
Oh,
no, that's
okay.
3-ton jack. Right.
Yeah, that's a 3-ton jack. Yeah.
Okay. The Iron Man's a good scale too with a Marvel figure.
Earl is saying, Steve, what are you working on? His wrestler?
My sister's boyfriend's wrestler, yeah. Not my wrestler, but his. Trying to figure out. I think like the diff, something's going on. I gotta open it up. Because only one side was just spinning freely, so.
So if you look at the screen I'm presenting right now, you see some pictures of the project, and this is the very first video of this. So I'm actually taking it apart because I got this truck apart, and now I'm putting it together and trying to figure out if everything's going to work. Wonder if I have a picture of it at the end. So I'm going live and trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? Just trying to find a spot where I actually show the rear axle on there. Wait a minute, is that the same one? Oh no. Oh, there it is.
Sweet.
So there's the bridge. Oh. So there's the bridge that I made. Hey, how come my video is not pausing? Stupid thing.
It's like it's on slideshow or something.
Yeah. So I built this bridge here with the shocks, but the way these shocks were, they were way too long. Like you can see the dry shaft's not in there. I didn't receive my dry shaft yet. But that's was I was building it. But then after that, I put shorter shocks on there because I was getting way too much flex. Like the dry shaft was hitting the body. And this was the small motor mount. I changed it to the big motor mount so I could put a 540 on there. So this was with the dragster wheels. For a while it was a dragster. I had the dragster wing at the back.
That looks cool there.
Racing slicks.
Oh shit! Duh. 2 more screws.
And there it is as a rock crawler with Trepid. Which tires were those? They were the man, can't remember.
They're axial tires, though?
Nope, those were. Oh well, I'll think of it and I'll tell you.
Right. Right.
So I'm showing how steep that hill is, or that little rock is, and I'm going to take the truck on it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. How it just sticks to the rock.
Oh, I should put this picture bigger.
There you go. He's like, 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Getting up there.
All right back down without a problem.
Yeah.
And what size pack were you running in that? A little
Pardon me?
lipo or nickel metal hydride battery?
No, little lipos. They're like 2100 lipos, whatever fits on that truck.
Okay.
There we go.
But it was a lot of fun. This was a tough spot. It did make it up, but it was a tough spot to actually try to make it up. Mickey Thompson's tires.
Ah, okay.
I was going to ask you that, if they're Mickey Thompson's.
And there you see my TVs working on this video.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have my bench built back then, but I bought the SSD. And I had these tires, the mudslingers, I think they're called. Yes, it was a nice conversion. There we go. Got the tires installed. I like those tires on that car. It looked nice.
Yeah, those are sweet. I was actually just looking at a pair like those. Got a lot of grip.
Trying to see if your guy had his glasses on at that time.
No, I don't think I made it then.
Okay.
It's not too long after I made those glasses, though.
Right.
but I lost them outside when I was filming the zombie movie. Oh yeah, and after I fixed it, the rat is back. I made this video on the snow. That was kind of a fun video.
Looks like it sits nice on top of the hard snow.
I was going slowly, and then I just let it rip.
Rooster tails for everyone.
It was just a fresh coat of snow that morning, and I was at the church near my house, churchyard, so no cars went yet, and so it was all fresh snow, so I could make tracks.
Looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's a fun car because it's a all-round car. I can do all kind of things with it, all kind of different thing. This one I called Rat Rod, to flip or not to flip.
Oh, nice. Jumping up a tree.
Almost.
The suspense is killing me. Did you flip it?
I cracked the body. See, I landed right on it, so I cracked the whole body.
Bummer.
Oh, yeah. There goes the rumble seat.
Now my son will give it a try.
In the Wraith.
Yeah. He never did this before. So, not bad for a 5-year-old kid. He was 5 at that time.
No.
So there's a lot of videos on the Rat Rod. It's kind of cool.
Oh.
Beach bash, bashing at the beach. Proline actually featured this video on their site.
Oh, cool.
Because of the police, and also the Rat Rod had paddle tires on. See, in the wing at the back, that thing was just like.
Oh yeah.
I can do anything with that truck. It's really cool. My son was itching to go.
It looks like it. He's giving you a
Come on,
love tap.
Daddy, go. Come on, Daddy, go. Then we had Travis that came. He had a big X, and not an X Max, but a T Max.
Cool. That's the one with the 8 shocks.
Yeah. So we were having fun on the beach and just ripping around and doing rooster tails. Yeah, I'm going to bury the camera in dirt. Oh. Souvenirs. That's what's nice with this site, is that I've got so many nice souvenirs. And then there's one day we did a Scale Garage rig review with Chris from GCM Racing. And that's when it was actually a Rat Rod with a wheelie bar at the back. So on this one, I actually got a wheelie bar at the back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Did you make that wheelie bar?
I still have it. Or did I send
it?
that to... I think I sent it to Dave. because he was going to try some different stuff. So it's nice. There's a lot of nice videos. So I put the playlist there on the chat if anybody wants to go hit it and see a bunch of videos on it. It's really neat. It's seen a lot of conversion anyway since I built it. There was a lot of different versions of it. And hopefully soon we'll see another version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's fire alarm going off.
Yes, it was a T-Max, and no, it was electric. It was not nitro, the one on the beach.
Okay.
I hope that ain't my house.
Right.
I can't tell where it's coming from. I can hear it from over here, and I can hear it in there.
Well, if it's a lot of times the smoke detectors are hooked together, so when one goes off, they all go off.
Yeah.
Are you hearing a smoke detector?
Yeah, smoke alarms are going off right now.
I'll go check what the heck's going on.
It might be toast burnt or something serious.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck it is. Well, I'm in a condo, so we're connected to people, so I can't tell if it's the neighbors or the people upstairs or mine.
Right.
I'll be right back, fellas.
No worries.
No problem. Well, we've been on for 2 hours anyway, so
Right.
and my throat is getting itchy. It's time for me to get some medicine into me.
Gotcha.
Earl says,
cold.
pardon me?
Getting a little bit of a spring cold, change of the weather.
Yeah. My son had it last week. I told him you gave it to me because he goes, hey, my cold is gone. I go, yeah, I know I have it now. He looks at me and goes, just because you have it now doesn't mean I gave it to you.
Yep. Odds are.
Yeah.
It'll make you tougher.
So he says he has, Earl says the T-Max, E-Max conversion are so sweet. I have the original E-Max, but all the electronics are fried on it. Oh, really? That's sad.
Oh.
That's what sucks is the biggest cost on RC is the electronics. So when your electronic goes, that's what costs the most to get replaced.
Definitely. So I like the axial cheap ESC and the cheap brushed motor. Together, it's like $50.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of companies have started making them together, like to save costs. They put the transmitter and ESC together. The problem with that is that when it breaks, you got to buy the whole new kit. So it gets expensive
like a
again.
TV VCR combo.
Yeah.
DVD player. TV.
Next week we're having that second Thursday of the month.
Okay.
We're having that meeting again.
Yep.
But this time we're having it off-site, which means we're going to be at somebody's backyard, which he has a lot of rocks and all that. So we're actually going to do that at his house. So if weather permitting and also internet speed permitting, I might do a live video of the event with my phone and just do a few minutes showing us having fun. So I might show that. So what was the alarm?
They're off now. It wasn't in my house.
Oh, good.
Hey, Tony, you just arrived just in time for me to say bye.
He's got a buddy over tonight, or somebody's into town, some friend. So,
I heard a couple things on his live video there when he was having it.
Yep. Seemed like his was acting up also. Imagine that.
He says he's just getting online now. Sorry he missed it. LOL. Oh, we're so sorry. Also, we missed you.
No worries. nice.
You and your monster truck, that's all you talk about lately is just monster truck this, monster truck that, monster truck this.
I love the monster trucks.
Yeah, they're fun. Actually, I don't mind them. I'm just trying to tease them. Perfect timing. Yeah, right. He says it's perfect timing for him to come on when I'm thinking of leaving. But monster truck is actually the monster truck that brought the scaling and the crawlers to life, in other words. And now I find monster truck are kind of making a comeback now with what they've been doing with the new releases they've been doing. So it's kind of cool how they've evolved.
Yeah, the solid axles are awesome.
Yeah, solid axles are fun.
Definitely.
I like my crawler king for that, so it's really cool.
Oh,
Now,
the Crawler King?
Yeah, I got the crawler king. Well, it used to be Willy King. I converted it to a crawler king from HPI.
Oh.
It's a nice truck, but the ones that Tony are running are more competition. They're more, I would say, pro, because some of the stuff he's putting on it is just blowing.
Yeah, his ground pounder, the Northern Lights one he has.
Yeah.
Mine and his truck are like almost identical besides the body. I told him, I said, they could be brothers. And I know he's seen it on Instagram. He's like, you're right, they could be brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We got almost the exact same stuff on.
Yeah, the freestyle axle braces look nice.
Yeah, from Freestyle RC,
Mm-hmm.
which I had a hassle getting mine. I asked him, I'm like, did yours take a while? And he told me only a couple weeks, but mine, it took me about a month and a half to get mine. And what happened was they accidentally skipped my order. So that when they thought they were all caught up, they didn't know that they had skipped someone. So I was waiting. And then finally I kept emailing them like, I didn't get my stuff. And they're like, well, we're all caught up. Let me double check. And they're like, oh, we somehow skipped your order. So I waited for them for a
They
long
catch
time.
up fast.
Yeah.
Mm. But those axle Tony was showing today, they're those big kick-ass axle that he has to put Traxxas diffs in there. Those are going to be like heavy duty. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
I was asking which ones they were because my computer froze up on his live feed and I couldn't tell what you guys were talking about. So what axles were those?
Those are freestyle RC axles also.
Yeah,
Oh.
freestyle RC axles.
Oh, okay.
They use E-Revo drive shafts, and he was saying like a T-Max or E-Max diff or something, I think. Some sort of different type of diff. But yeah, just like an axle housing, and they're square, made out of metal.
Steve, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote in a comment here, tell Steve, Alvin, it's probably Alvin from the Chipmunks, I don't know, but tell Steve Alvin says monster truck rules and short course truck drool.
Oh, that's Earl RC right there saying that.
Yeah.
I told you his name was Alvin.
So it looks like it's the E-Max diff that you have to put in there.
Okay, E-Max.
Or T-Max, one or the other. That's what Tony just wrote.
Did he say the price on them things, on them axles?
Pardon me?
Did he mention what those axles are running and price-wise?
No, I don't think he did mention that, but I'm sure if you go visit the website, you will.
Yeah.
What those axle cost, Tony, if you don't mind saying?
They got to be $100 easy, if not more.
Oh yeah.
I think they're hard to get too, as he was saying.
Yeah, but they're not even close to what those Curry axles cost. Aren't those like $400 and some dollars?
Right, all built and everything, but still.
So yeah. Tony says those axles cost him $400.
What?
$400.
They're awesome.
400. and that's each. So that's $800
each.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
Probably for the pair.
You could probably buy life-size axles for too much more.
Tony says he's looking for the link.
Nice.
So for me to buy those would be closer to $600 due to the Canadian dollar being so friggin' low
Or
right
you'd have
now.
to take a trip anyway. Come down here and.
Yeah, but still, I got to convert my Canadian dollar to US.
True.
I knew I should have bought a couple $100 of US money when we were close to par.
Yeah. You guys were up a little bit at one point, I think.
So Earl RC says, "Thanks, Frank. I know that you probably love that. that Steve probably loved that. Sorry. And yeah, his name is Alvin, just like the Chipmunks.
Yep.
Alvin.
I don't know. I was messing about that.
My son likes listening to Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, he said he can't stand that song during Christmas anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Just because of the fact he's heard it so many, because of his name. He must have not been on earlier when you were showing your short course truck. So obviously short course trucks don't rule.
Oh, there's an RC car for all kind of different tastes.
Yeah. Even if you think you don't like them, you might.
Yeah.
Might as well try it.
That's
when
why
the first thing I used to think only monster trucks were sweet, and then I thought short course trucks were so ugly. I was like, why do people buy those things? But now I like them. I like all RCs.
I don't know. You go on an open field, and if you're at an open field and you have a monster truck and a short course truck, I think I'll play with the short course truck instead of the monster truck. It's going to be so much funner.
Unless the grass is more than like 2 inches tall.
Oh my God, there he is.
He has to show us his axles.
No, short course trucks are fun.
Yeah, they are.
Just not as fun.
Yeah, you are right. You got to make sure the grass is not too long.
I don't know what you guys were talking about. I had to download the app and all that. Apparently my phone didn't keep the Hangout app, but yeah, they're now. I think they upped the price to $400. That's not what I paid for them.
Okay.
They were $350, but I got them for $350. But it actually came with extra stuff. It came with the Revo drive shafts that I need. So I just really need the diffs and a 14 mil hex for the tires. I think that's all I need. Then I have to cut down the drive shafts to fit in there. He has it all diagrammed on his website, what you have to do, but
yeah,
they're beefy, that's for sure.
Earl RC is saying, "Oh my, a celebrity is in the house." I don't know what he's talking about. Steve has been here for a long time.
Yeah, right.
So these are the ones. But I hear you about not getting the axles. He's a busy guy. I've been trying to get a Freestyle RC chassis for over a year. They always sell out. So he even had some at the Richmond race.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is that where you got the axles when you were at the No Limit race with them? Or
no, Showtime he was there, and I could have bought him there, but he's actually got these now with carbon fiber instead of all aluminum like this. So it's got front and rear plates that are carbon fiber, as well as a chassis in carbon fiber. But the chassis, I think, go for $350 for the one I want, and so I told him I wanted one. He's like, "Well, I've got some here," and he had a white one and a black one. And I said, "Well, dude, I'll pay you right now for the black one." He's like, "Well, let's talk at the end. You know, we'll see. And I'm like, by him hesitating means that he's got another plan for this one. So I went back and he was building it, and I'm like, he's making it. I don't know if we were one of his team drivers or what, but he did not want my cash. I will say that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, show those axles again. I find that they're friggin' huge, and they don't look scale.
They don't look scale at all.
No, but they're going to be tough. They're going to really last a long time.
Oh,
That's what they're meant for. They're meant to last and to take the abuse of jumping and doing monster truck stuff.
Right. So that's the main point of it. And so I've got the other trucks that are scale, and so I put the extra speed. Where is it? Here. Stainless steel axle tubes in.
Okay.
They're kind of like beef tubes. I think they were $13 shipped.
Wow.
So they were pretty cheap. And I needed like 6 of them, so I couldn't afford the beef tubes for all my trucks.
Yeah.
So they are all now beefed up. And all my trucks now that are running these AR60 axles have the beef tube style. One has actual beef tubes in it, and 2 have the extra speed ones in it. And somebody's doing something with our well here. So you're getting that. This is going to go on my basher. The sticker bomb will get these. Because the sticker bomb is the one that, if I'm losing, I'll just, try and front flip it or something off of a jump. So, anyway, that's the axle and my address, apparently. Hopefully I'm covering that. Don't rewind it and look if I wasn't.
Yeah, Earl RC says he was referring to Tony. I think I knew that.
He's just happy because he made a video showing that you had sent him a buggy.
Yeah.
Because he got ripped off by Tom Top. Never received his ZRP, which is crap, I think.
Yeah, he's happy because you hooked him up with a sweet LRP buggy.
Yeah, nobody wants to see somebody get ripped off.
No.
Money. So I had it laying around. He happened to catch me at a time too when I'm kind of going through inventory cleanup these days too. So, but yeah, I mean, always looking to help people out. Like at the races, something breaks, you try and help somebody out. So
cool.
I had it. I don't have a place really to rent a buggy, so
yeah.
Got it in the mail. Didn't even know another buggy came in the mail 3 days later or something, 4 days later.
Oh, yeah?
After I shipped it. Didn't even know it. So, yeah. But anyway.
That chassis looks nice too.
What is it?
The what?
The silver chassis looks nice.
Oh, the ground pounder one?
Yeah.
Tony wasn't sure what to do with it yet.
The retro one.
I think I'm going to use it in a trade for a completed Bigfoot that my buddy has that he's looking to maybe get rid of. So it's running the Traxxas Bigfoot body, but it's a Tamiya Clodbuster that looks tricked out in scale.
Oh, cool.
So it'll, of course, need extra cash on my end.
Yeah.
And he's got a really cool USA 1 that he would. Other stuff tank. I got my rally out, and I've got a crawler being built right now.
Yeah, the 10T Rally is a nice rally car. I always love that. I love the 10T as a 1/8 course buggy. That thing is just sweet.
Yeah, I have the SCTE. That was my first brushless car. Was the TEN-SCTE. However, I like the Rally better. I don't know what it is about that thing, but man, when it was launching yesterday, it just felt so good. And maybe I taped the whole body so it adds a little weight, and so maybe it floats a little different. The other one kind of just feels too lightweight and kind of, I don't know. This one just felt planted and really good. So I basically did the body taping to protect it so that I don't have this kind of stuff going on here. This is my fix that I did for this truck, with the whole bed is tape.
and I
Yeah.
punched holes in it so I could keep a body on it.
Looks like a tonneau cover.
Yeah. So now I'm just putting a tonneau cover. So now I'm just putting the tape on the inside ahead of time to try and avoid that kind of damage. So I'm taping
Cool.
most of my bodies.
Nice.
Gorilla tape.
So Tony, this is what I was showing earlier. Is my
I saw your video. It's amazing.
So I still got to put some lights. I still got to put the mirrors. I still got to put the logo here.
Yeah.
I did put tape up so here, but I got to make buckets for it. So here I did clear this. This got clear paint.
Okay.
But
The rims look amazing on it.
The what?
The rims look really good on it.
Yeah. Tires suck, so and I got my tank at the back.
There you go. That looks like the Tonka lettering. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was, I remember when you were cutting the tape for that. It looked like quite a project. It turned out fantastic, though. Are you going to drive it, or are you going to keep it on the shelf?
I did drive it today a little bit outside and on the trail. So, but it was my trail is not
that driving. I don't know.
My what?
Some people call that driving, but
oh,
I've seen enough rollovers.
Yeah. I was playing with it in the back, but my trail is not groomed, which means I did not rake anything. So everything from the winter, all the leaves and all the pine needles and the cones on the ground, I was trying to do my switchback road with it, and it kept on getting hooked up on the bottom. And because the diffs are not locked, I was just like one wheel was spinning. I tried going on my broken bridge. Wheelbase is just enough to get on it, but those tires, once they get hard, and it was cold outside, they just got rock hard. These are not good tires.
Yeah.
So if I want to do any kind of crawling, I got to change the tires on that thing.
Yeah. It looks fantastic, though. When I saw it driving, I was like, yes. You said it's the only one, right? The only one in existence in RC form like that?
As far as I know, yeah, I don't think anybody else did that paint job of that truck. Maybe now that Tamiya is releasing a body close to this, maybe somebody will do it. But this is where I got my idea from, and I had an idea and I went with it.
I like it. Usually when you say I had an idea and I went with it, I like what you do.
You take the ideas to fruition.
Yeah, from the rat rod to the trailer truck. Now what do you got going now? The Winnebago.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a little time on the Winnebago, but it will get done. Just like this truck, it took me a little bit of time. But with this truck, with the Tonka, this little Tonka Mercedes, what I was scared more is fucking it up. So it's been taped up, and I'm just there. Okay, should I paint it? Oh no, it's too cold outside. I don't want to mess it up. I want to take my time, and I was so scared to mess it up. And it's like I mentioned at the beginning. It's probably my 4th or 5th soft body that I paint, but this is the first one that I do with so much detail. Usually, it's just stickers on top of one color. But this is the first one I did. But on this side, it is kind of fucked up a little bit on the lettering. On this side, it's not as nice, especially here. You probably can't see that because of resolution. But on this side, it's perfect. It looks very good, except for
Did
this.
it just bleed a little bit? Is that all?
Yeah, it did bleed a little bit. But it's me with experience. After the first coat, and when I did my black, I should have, before doing my second coat, I should have pushed on it again, because it seems that when the paint dries on that tape, it kind of lifts it up. It dries, but it lifts it up a little bit. So I should have pushed on it again.
Shrinking it a little as it hardens. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of times when I paint, if I'm only going to do a coat, I try and keep it while it's still wet, but then I also peel it while it's still a little bit wet. I don't wait for it to harden all the way. And I do the same thing when I'm painting my house. So I get a little bit less of whether it's that or if it peels and actually tears part of the way. But I've been toying with using these, like these stickers on the insides.
Yeah. No, vinyls are the best thing for painting. Vinyl is the best thing. Yes.
Yeah. So I got a vinyl cutter.
Good.
Recently, so I've been making like T-shirts and stuff like that with it. But
Dave from Radio Control Patrol just told me that he told me before, but I forgot. He told me he's got a vinyl cutter. I go, man, if I would have known that, I would have sent him the file because I have this file, and he could have cut it in vinyl, and then he could have mailed me, and then I could have did it all in vinyl. They would have looked perfect.
And some people actually leave the vinyl in there. Like some people use it as a stencil. Other people have just painted over it and left the vinyl underneath.
That's true, because if it's black vinyl, you can just leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah, just do it as a reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Because black on both sides of it.
Yeah, so, Earl is asking if this is it is supposed to be a soft top, but it is a hard top. It's full body, but I actually painted, took the protective layer off, and I put a matte finish on it, so that's why it looks different in color. So, but it is supposed to be a soft top truck. It's a cabriolet.
Well, I didn't mean to keep you going too late, Tank. I just saw you guys were still on. I wasn't sure. I literally, once my buddy went to bed, I literally just grabbed my phone and popped on YouTube to see if you guys were still on.
It's okay. As long as we keep talking and chit-chatting on about RC, it's all good.
Yep. It's almost Friday anyway.
Yeah, it's almost Friday. Earl RC says it looks awesome. I did a great job on it. Well, you did a good job on it. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing, Tank. Something, again, to be proud of. You got several of those cars to be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, I've just been paying for stuff recently. And even like the crawler I'm talking about, I have somebody else working on it for me. So it's just kind of what's going on these days, what I have time for. But I had a whole SCX-10 that was just in pieces.
What are you talking about? You're retired. That's the only thing you have to do now, other than taking care of your kids.
I know, right? And that's way more work.
Yeah.
Man, I feel for the stay-at-home moms now, the bad rap that they get sometimes. But yeah, I get 3 hours off because we're homeschooling. So I was homeschooling, doing some of the stuff from 8 to 10. And then I have basically from 10 to 12:30 or 1. So I get 2.5 hours, and that goes quick because it don't actually start till 10:30 by the time I get done and get sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I might be editing a video from the day before. I might be working on a truck today, and they don't do any videos. So it's actually less time somehow than before when I was working full time. Because I just go out at lunch and just hammer stuff, and then edit at night.
Tony here,
The heck?
RC, working on the monster truck, so I thought I'd just bring you guys in and
let me.
Yeah, that's you talking, but I don't know where you're coming from.
Haven't been live in a little bit, been busy.
That's weird. Where the heck are you coming from?
Doing a lot of stuff, which has meant that I haven't been able to go live. Plus, it's hockey playoff season, and I love watching
your video's playing on somebody's stream.
In the evenings, which is when I usually go live, so it's going to be
somebody watching something
until the Washington Capitals get knocked out.
Where the heck is this audio coming from? Just wait.
But anyway, hey, how's it going? We've got a few people jumping in here.
Who is it?
Your video's playing from somebody's. Let me try.
Everybody be quiet and see. Mute everybody, Tank. Is it me?
On some of the monster trucks getting ready. Racing's going to be happening at Gravedigger's Dungeon this Saturday.
No.
So if you're in the area, southeastern,
it must be from me.
Northern North Carolina.
I'm telling you, someone hacked my
iPad. Guys, like I said, I got a few people
in
here. I don't know if the chat and all that
it's
is
not
working.
me, I muted myself. We're watching a live stream and a live stream somewhere.
It is coming from me.
I think the internet is broken.
Anyway.
But I don't know from which tab.
Any comments that might jump in. But I wanted to show you guys what we're doing here.
Tank's
We've got multiple cars on the benches.
This
one started out really just being a new servo.
Now. All of this
I found this one on Amazon for
copyright protected.
This is crazy.
What can you
I have all my windows closed.
Hey,
Oh, I just found it. Where the heck does that window come
This
from?
is somebody else's content we're using right here, Tank.
Your video started playing. You're all muted. I muted all you guys so you can unmute yourself. Because I was trying to close all my windows. But I had one window that was still open. And for some odd reason, that's the one I was watching earlier when you were doing a live broadcast. And it started playing all by itself. So that was weird.
Well, this is now
so you guys just heard a live broadcast from Tony that was not live, but anyways.
Am I still muted? I don't know how to do it.
You can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
You guys are all muted. I can't hear you.
I've unmuted myself.
Yeah, mine's unmuted. I can hear Tony. I can hear Keegan.
I think Tank turned his audio off.
Right.
So we can talk bad about him now, and he won't even know it.
No, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Right when he's.
What kind of copyright usage do you have for that footage you were just playing, Tank?
It's just audio. It's just audio. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to be filing an infraction to YouTube. That was hilarious. It just clicked in somehow. Oh man, it's because it's getting late. Computer saying.
I found the problem finally. The diff screwed to all these gears, got teeth chipped off of them. They're all broken teeth and that, so I don't know what he was doing to this RC to break all these spider. Yeah. Yep. Sucks to be him.
Parts order.
Yeah. I'll get him the parts. Help him out.
What was weird is I could hear Tony and Steve the whole time.
I can hear you.
Yeah. So you got to be on the live chat to hear Tank.
I guess you got to be on the live chat. Can you hear me now?
You're gonna have to sign off in text.
Yeah, I'll sign. There. No, how do you do a heart again?
Oh, looks like a heart. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a heart. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I was playing with the audio earlier, trying to figure out where the frig that audio was coming from. Anyways, guys, I'll put myself as a presenter so I won't go away, so I can say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for all for joining in and chit-chatting with me tonight. It was great, even though I had a cold. Thanks for all the people that actually chatted on the chat. And we'll see you next week. Next week I'm out at an event, so hopefully I'll make it in time. If I can't make it, I'll put a video up saying I can't make it tonight, and we'll make it another night. And hope to see you soon. Thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you next time. Please like and comment and share.
See you guys.